Hello and welcome to our video on SEO press releases. I'm Chad Hill and I have Adam Stetzer with me today.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Chad. We're talking about press releases, particularly how small businesses can use press releases effectively in their marketing campaigns, and of course also for that secondary value of SEO. There have been some recent experiments that show that backlinks in press releases are still valuable to help your rankings, but you should never take it overboard and put the cart in front of the horse. Press releases are really for announcing news, and we know small businesses really struggle to come up with newsworthy events because they just don't have as much happening, as well as getting them out the door. So let's help our small business viewers today, give them some tips and tricks on doing press releases, what's newsworthy, how to make small events sound like big news and make a splash.
Yeah, great question. And it's very timely because at HubShot we've been making a bigger push and in trying to incorporate press releases into many of our ongoing SEO programs. So actually I've been working with our team in the last couple of days trying to fine tune our questionnaire to pull out some of those questions that a lot of businesses don't think are news, but when we're really looking for what drives a smaller business, sometimes those aren't an acquisition or a big purchase of some new capital expenditure like a new factory or something, but they are smaller but still very newsworthy and important for talking about local business. So I'm just going to read a list here that I have of a couple of those. So some of the ones that our team came up with are things like hiring any new employees. That certainly is news, and we're still coming out of a recession here, and hiring new employees is big news. Expanding or relocating offices or retail presence, participating in community events. Now that could be things like sponsoring the Little League team or a soccer team. It could be that you join a chamber of commerce or you just are participate in some other event. So these don't have to be, again, that you're starting a new nonprofit or a new foundation. They can just be how you're engaging with your community. A couple more, Adam, and then I'll turn it back over to you here. Definitely any sort of sponsoring of a charitable cause, speaking at an event. So if you're out and you're talking to, you're invited to a conference to speak, or if you're on a panel, that's newsworthy in many cases. You want to talk about that. Anytime you launch a new product or service, or even change a product. We just made some big changes to our plans here at HubShout, and we've used that a lot to generate some press and some awareness of those changes. A couple other things: joining local groups, winning any type of reward, or even receiving any recognition, launching or updating your website. That takes a lot of work. It's a big effort, and we're all doing investing in our web marketing because we think that it's going to help our business. So put a press release out on the changes you're making. Two more here. Anytime you complete a big project or any other new win that you've made, those are often very press worthy. So if you're in the web development business and you've launched a new website for your client, put out a press release about the effort that went into it. It gets you a little recognition. It also gets the client recognition. The same is true for a lot of other industries. And the last one I have that I wanted to mention is anytime that you even start or complete a promotion. So if you're running a sale for a month, you might want to put a press release out about why that sale is important and what you're hoping to accomplish. We can help you do that. And those are the types of things that you can put into an SEO press when you're doing a press release and ultimately trying to promote a smaller business.
Yeah, that's an excellent list. It's pretty long, and I guess if you don't have any of those things going on, I guess your bigger issue is not just press releases. It's really you need to be maybe marketing your business a little more. Small businesses maybe aren't hiring every month, so they can't talk about new hires, but sometime during the year they probably bring on someone to their team. So there's 1 month. And this issue of how frequently do I need to do it comes up a lot. Our recommendation, I think, is about once a month at minimum. You could ramp that up if you have a lot more going on, but don't overdo it. You want to make sure there's something newsworthy, but don't go 6 months without putting one out either. That's just not helping your cause. But if you find you really don't have something going on to talk about, think of this list that Chad just recited, and maybe you need to join a group, which you can then press release. Certainly you've got client work, so if you can get their permission, that's a great one that you suggested. Obviously, if you're hiring or moving your office or a big release to your product, but maybe you need to spend a half day at Habitat for Humanity with one other employee in the office, and that's press releasable. So there's certain things you can do that will be great for news. We'll get you some SEO value. We always try to find places that allow us to have a link in them because that's okay, and we've seen that does work. But also, these are good for your business anyway. You should be doing them. They help employee morale, and they help you think more about the marketing angle and getting your brand out.